Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Winnebago County Board meeting. Tonight is Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. Tonight, our invocation and pledge of allegiance is by Board Member Kevin McCarthy. If everyone could stand, please.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for gathering us here together to do our business for all our constituents here within the county. We thank you, and we're so blessed to have you in our lives watching over us, and also our guardian angels as well. And in addition, of course, our first responders, and with the Memorial Day approaching, we want to be sure to be really grateful and thankful for those that gave their lives so we could have our freedoms today. All this in Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Mr. Thompson, are there any agenda announcements this evening?
Just one minor on page 2, under appointments, number 8A, Zoning Board of Appeals, the annual compensation should read $2,400 rather than the $1,200.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, it's up to a maximum of $2,400. They
Per
get
year.
paid per meeting, $200 per meeting.
Very
Up
good.
to, yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Clerk Gummo, can you please call the roll?
Certainly. Thank you, Chairman. We will start with Mr. Michael Thompson. Here, present. Mr. Ray Thompson. Present. Ms. Valdez. Present. Mr. Webster. Here. Mr. Arena. Mr. Booker. Present. Mr. Butita. Ms. Fellers. Present. Mrs. Gorel. Ms. Hansert. Here. Mr. Hoffman. Present. Mr. Lindmark. Present. Mr. McCarthy. Present. Mr. McDonald. Present. Mr. Neighbors. Here. Mr. Penny. Mr. Salgado, still not here. He's here, but he's not on the board. Thank you, Mr. Salgado. Mr. Scroll. Here. Mr. Sweeney. Here. Mr. Chairman, that's 14 board members present, 4 board members absent.
Very good, we do have a quorum. Can I entertain a motion to allow Mr. Penny to join our meeting? We have Ms. Feller, second by Ms. Valadez. Is there any discussion? Very good. Are there any board members opposed to allowing Mr. Penny to join us? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Welcome, Mr. Penny.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to number 5 on our agenda, awards, presentations, public hearings, and public participation. Tonight, we do have a presentation about the Winnebago County Revolving Loan Fund Program. It's an overview. It's presented by Mr. John Phelps and our own Chris Dornbush. Please come forward.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to address you tonight. All right, I'm going to talk about the Winnebago County Loan Program. First, I'd like to give you a little background on who Rockford Local Development Corporation is, and then I want to finish with a housing program that the county helped seed about, 8 years ago or so. So RLDC is a private not-for-profit economic development agency. We were formed in 1979. Our primary activity is small business lending. We have about 400 loans outstanding, about almost $70 million, and we provide just a piece of the funding. We're normally subordinate to the bank. We supplement what the bank does. So our project support, our loans support projects of about $325 million, and they've supported about 7,200 jobs. We are a source of gap financing. Someone wants to buy a building, it's $1 million, they go to the bank says, sure, we'll lend you $750, you come up with the difference. Most small businesses don't have $250,000 laying under their mattress. So what we want to do is fund that loan so they can buy the building, expand, hire more people, and contribute to a healthier local economy. We are a statewide lender through the SBA 504 program. This is a program through the U.S. Small Business Administration. It's a bond program that offers terms to small businesses they're not able to get conventionally. We manage a number of revolving loan funds, of which the county is one. We do provide some support services to banks through a companion SBA program. And we've been an urban redevelopment leader for a number of projects. We developed the La Chiquita grocery store on South Main. We developed the Turner School police station for the city, and we've done a number of other projects. Our RLF characteristics, revolving loan funds simply means we lend the money, hopefully they pay us back, and then we lend it back out. It revolves through the community. The loans are generally the lesser of $200,000 or no more than 30% of project costs. Although when we get below $100,000, we find that banks really don't want to lend at that amount. So oftentimes we're the only lender. We call those microloans. They're very flexible. We can do real estate, equipment, working capital. Our rates tend to be project dependent. We're normally subordinate to a bank, so we don't really want to be lower than the bank since we're taking more risk. And we have very nominal processing fees, $200-300 a loan. Our loan criteria, small businesses, especially manufacturing, disadvantaged borrowers, and distressed areas in the region. We're trying to identify targets that have a difficult time securing bank funding. We try and achieve $50,000 of job being created or retained for every dollar we lend. For every job, we want to try and lend no more than $50,000. And we want to leverage private capital. Some of our loan funds have leveraged as much as 10 times what we've lent. And some are closer to 3 to 4 leverage. And we want the programs to be sustainable, counties as well. We want to make sure we're profitable so we can reinvest more money back into those funds so it will be here for the next generation and beyond. Our underwriting process, and I don't want to get too much into the weeds, and I think you've seen our loan write-ups, we have to learn about the business, their management, their competition, what's the market. We want to describe what are they going to use the money for, how's it going to be financed. We evaluate their financial condition, their balance sheet, their income statement. We compare those to industry standards. We analyze their revenue growth and earnings growth, their debt service capacity, and the collateral and the borrower creditworthiness. We try and approve all our loans in less than 30 days. There's a perception that because we're quasi-public, we're going to be slow. So we work diligently to make sure that's not the case. Our default rates are generally under 2% a year. And in this case, for the county's loan program, your fund balance is about $1.4 million. That yields about $91,000 at 6.5% interest. Our management fee averages about 1.5%. Loan loss reserves of 2%. That creates sustainable income of about $42,000 a year. And I will have some financials to share with you too. For the county loan portfolio, there are 20 loans outstanding of about $1.1 million. The average size is $56,000. Before we started managing the loan program, the average size was $450,000. Since we have managed it, it's about $65,000. The average interest rate is 6.4%. Prior to us managing, it was about 2.5%. Since we've managed it, the rate's about 8.2%. And we've had 2 defaults over the years, totaling $42,000. Here's the balance sheet for the county's loan program. As of the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th, our fiscal year, and then most recently, March 31, we had a lot more cash at March, the end of March. We've had some loans approved, so that cash is getting out. The loans outstanding have dropped a little bit. The reserves are shown there, so we do reserve for potential loan losses. And the fund balance, which is the net worth of the fund, has grown from $1.338 million to $1.389 over the 6 months. The income statement, we had total revenues of $76,000 in 2024. We're on pace for about $87,000 this year. Loan loss reserves of $18,000 last year, negative $7.3 this year because the portfolio is stronger. And an operating surplus, basically income in the fund last year of $58,000 and $51,000 year to date. So we also manage an entity called Northern Illinois Community Development Corporation. This is owned by a consortium of local banks. And we started through them in 2015. We started a housing rehab program. At the time, Rockford had one of the highest foreclosure rates in the country. We were trying to figure out how we could help ameliorate that. So I convinced all these bankers to let me play with $100,000. Now, you can't imagine how difficult it is to get bankers to part with money in something creative and untested, but they agreed. And through that $100,000, what we were doing is financing small business people who would buy a vacant, distressed home, fix it up, and hopefully flip it to a homeowner. That's a little tough. We can't tell them who they sell it to, but that was always our goal, to help strengthen neighborhoods. And the program was very successful. So a few years later, we set a goal to raise $2 million more. We ended up raising $4.3 million. And so what NICDC really does is, in the Boone and Winnebago County, we finance small businesses. But as part of that recapitalization, we came to the county and the city, and we asked them each to lend us $200,000. And Scott, I see you there. Scott was very supportive. We got the $200 from each of you, and in exchange, we said we would pledge $1 million to the housing program. And we did, and we ended up raising more than we thought. And that $1 million went out right away and was very successful. And what we do then is, up to $100,000, we will lend you 100% of the money to buy this home and fix it up. You have 1 year, and at the end of the year, you have to either sell the house or refinance us out, because we want to return that money to new people and do more houses. And so go ahead. What NICDC is, it's a for-profit multi-bank community development corporation. It was formed in 1991, and those are the member banks. So, a little pitch for them. So this program was seeded with 100,000, and it was so successful that I'd always been encouraged to form what's called a community development financial institution. This is an entity that's certified by the U.S. Treasury, and the main advantage is that you're eligible to get cheap funds from Treasury. We had NICDC that could do anything a CDFI could do, so I was always reluctant. During COVID, though, the Trump administration and then the Biden administration each allocated $25 billion to the CDFI industry, and the Rockford area didn't have a CDFI. So we decided to form one. We are now certified. We've raised $5.5 million for the housing program, and to date, we have financed, as of last week, it was 235. We're now at 240 homes totaling $19.2 million, and we've only lost $40,000. So this has had a huge impact in the area. And without the county's support, by the way, we paid your $200,000 back, thank you. And, but with your vision and support, we have expanded this program, and we're out trying to raise more money, because the $5.5 million that our CDFI has and the $1 million we have are all out on the street. So we're just living on repayments. As they come in, we can lend it back out. So thank you. And that's all I've got, unless you have questions.
Any questions for Mr. Phelps? Mr. Dornbush, you have anything to add?
Got a few slides.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The purpose of the loans are to increase capital availability for projects that create and retain jobs, as well as minimizing the risk among the lenders involved. The loans can go for profit or non-for-profit businesses. If the loan were to default, no liabilities to the county. So it's not going into the general fund to repay the revolving loan fund. The fund balance would just be reduced. If a default scenario is, and as you heard from Mr. Phelps, they've done an excellent job on minimizing any type of default since the program is partnered with RLDC. He does a great job at covering the liability, so if there is potential cause, it's covered typically. The funds originated from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, commonly known as HUD. They passed through the Illinois Department of Commerce and Community Affairs, DCCA, which is now turned into the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO, before it landed at the county before 1992. There are no county funds in this program. It is self-sustaining, as Mr. Phelps already discussed, and so the interest does go to cover the management costs and the operating costs and grows the account. It's been about 8.5 years since we received this letter from DCEO. They relinquished the reporting requirements on how the funds can be used. With the loosening of these regulations, it's made it easier for RLDC to loan out money. They can be stacked with other programs. Before that, you could not double stack revolving loan funds if another community had it. Here's a major timeline of the county's revolving loan fund and its relationship with managing it with RLDC. November 25th, 2014, the county and RLDC partnered, and RLDC began administering the loans. Even though they handle the loans, as you're aware, it still goes through the committee, it still goes through county board for formal approval. Then it goes back to RLDC. There has been instances where you guys may have approved a loan, and then there were some things that didn't get worked out, so those loans were never never fully executed. In January 28th of 2016, there was a partnership amendment. It was just a minor cleanup for clarification on the original agreement with them. October 11th, 2016, the county received the letter that I was referring to in the previous slide, relinquishing the requirements, making it more flexible. The other dates moving forward are essentially just times we presented to the county board to update you. We try to do it every couple of years, especially when new board members come on. You'll see there was a gap between 2019 and 2023. That was really essentially due to COVID and some of the requirements, or lack of requirements of meeting in group settings. And then that brings us essentially to tonight. Overall, the partnership with RLDC has been great. In about 10 years, RLDC has submitted and the county board's approved 37 loans totaling approximately $2.65 million of community investment. This program's created an estimated 238 full-time equivalent positions since the partnership. And at the bottom of the slide, you will see that the loans are tracked by county board districts. So you can see which district has utilized a lot of the loans for it. And that's it. Thank you for your time tonight.
Any questions for Mr. Dornbush or Mr. Phelps? Mr. Thompson and then Ms. Fellers.
Excuse me, two quick ones. The first one is, do you provide coaching to the small businesses after they've started up?
We do, and that's part of our requirement. And, you know, some don't need it, but others need a lot. So we, you know, our number one priority when we make a loan is we want to get repaid. So we got to do everything we can to make sure they're successful.
And the other quick one was, is it a 3-year loan?
You know, the loans vary depending on what we're financing. We generally try not to go beyond 5 or 7 years, but if it's real estate, we may amortize it a lot longer to keep the payments down. But seldom is it 3. The housing program was unique because it's a 1-year loan for you to buy the house, fix it up, and either sell it or refinance it. But businesses have much longer lives, so we try and tie the term with what we're financing. Sure.
Ms. Fellers?
Thank you, Mr. Phelps, for coming in this evening, and Mr. Dornbush as well for your comments. I have a 2-part question. The first part is I often see the term full-time equivalent referenced in these applications, and I'd like to know how it's calculated that it's an equivalent. And then as a second part, what can we do to encourage just full-time?
Well, full-time equivalent we define as 40 hours. And, you know, we're not going to audit their records. We ask the business owner, if you employ part-time people, what's the average hours? You have 2 that are 20 each, we're going to call it 1 full-time equivalent. In terms of encouraging full-time, a lot of what we finance is really geared to part-time. Restaurants, most of the manufacturers we finance are full-time jobs. But occasionally, they're not, and sometimes people prefer part-time. But I agree with you. We want to have jobs that pay a living wage, and those are generally full-time jobs.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, before I move on, I want to acknowledge former Chairman Scott Christensen sitting in the back there. We got former board member and Alderman Jim Hughes. We have former board member and now Alderman Jaime Salgado. And we have former Alderman Jeff Bailey. Are there any other formers in there? No? No more formers. Okay. Now we'll move on to public participation. I'm going to read a statement here. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes. Speakers may not address zoning matters which are pending before the ZBA, zoning committee, or the county board. Personnel matters or pending or threatened litigation may not be addressed in open session. An individual may speak a maximum of 3 times per calendar year on the same topic. This prohibition shall include the repetition of the same topic in a statement on what is purported to be a different topic. Personal attacks or inappropriate language of any sort will not be tolerated. So our first speaker, I believe, has decided not to speak and delay for a next board meeting. That was Maria Mendia. So the next speaker I have is Jane Carroll. If you'd like to come forward, Jane.
My name is Jane Ryan Carroll. I'm a resident of Winnebago County, and I'm a volunteer for United Sovereign Americans and not an official spokesperson. I am here today to share critical information regarding our state's voter rolls and voter history from the 2024 general election. This information comes from extensive research conducted by a team of data experts at United Sovereign Americans, a nationwide nonpartisan volunteer organization. Their team meticulously analyzed official election files from both federal and state sources. While I am not an official spokesperson for United Sovereign Americans, I am a dedicated volunteer who is deeply concerned by the findings that are based exclusively on official state election data. Our analysis of the certified results from both the 2022 and 2024 general elections reveals that not all votes counted were valid and accurate under the law. These findings are substantial and warrant careful consideration. They have already been shared with state election officials and law enforcement agencies and have been submitted as evidence in federal court as part of ongoing litigation by United Sovereign Americans and other parties. United Sovereign Americans is not alone in raising these concerns. Recent executive actions at the federal level, such as the executive order entitled Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections, underscore the urgent need to enforce and clarify existing election laws. These directives are intended to guide state compliance and ensure that election crimes are prosecuted because the integrity of our electoral system is at stake. Therefore, we are here to seek your awareness, understanding, support, and action. We are proposing a resolution that highlights key statistics and calls for an end to the inaccuracies and uncertainties that compromise our elections. By adopting this resolution, you will demonstrate your commitment to your constituents' concerns and your dedication to upholding voter civil rights and the integrity of our elections here in Winnebago County. It is imperative to address these issues now. If we do not act, the same election systems and procedures that led to errors in 2022 and 2024 will likely produce similar results in the upcoming 2026 general election.
Ms. Carroll, your time is up.
I will turn it over to the next reader. Thank you.
Next speaker is Brian Jones. Mr. Jones?
My name is Brian Jones. I'm a resident of Winnebago County and a volunteer of United Sovereign Americans and not an official spokesperson. To continue, we will read the resolution entitled Resolution for Legally Valid 2026 General Election. Whereas free and fair elections form the cornerstone of the Republic of the United States, as stated in Reynolds versus Sims 377 U.S. 533, 1964, the right of suffrage can be denied by a debasement or dilution of the weight of the citizens' vote, just as effectively as by wholly prohibiting the free exercise of the franchise. Whereas election officials bear the responsibility to ensure elections remain accurate and free from manipulation. In Re Coy 127 U.S. 731, 1888, the United States Supreme Court affirmed that election officials must strictly adhere to the federal and state laws governing process, defining election misconduct as followed: the evil intent consists in disobedience to the law. Whereas our constitutional system of representative government relies on four fundamental principles for validity in our elections. 1, accurate voter rolls. Election officials must maintain voter registration lists that are current and correct, which includes facilitating the registration of eligible citizens as well as preventing the registration of non-citizens, fictitious names, and ineligible applicants. And that's in the National Voter Registration Act of 1993. Number 2, eligible votes only. Election officials must only count votes cast by eligible voters, and that's in the U.S. Constitution, 14th Amendment, Section 2. 3, vote reconciliation. Election officials must ensure that the number of votes counted matches the number of participating voters. 4, system accuracy. Voting systems must achieve accuracy standards set by Congress by limiting the counting errors to no more than 1 error per 125,000 ballots. And that's in the Help America Vote Act 2002. Election officials must substantiate assertions of accurate outcomes with transparent records.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Dean Barker.
My name is Dean Barker. I'm a resident of Winnebago County. I'm a volunteer from United Sovereign Americans and not an official spokesperson. Whereas United Sovereign Americans conducted an independent audit of the Illinois 2024 general election data and uncovered alarming irregularities, our auditors directly measured 4,566,205 material registration errors and omissions in the voter database. 1,045,659 votes improperly counted from these ineligible or uncertain registrants. 56,164 excess votes counted beyond the number of voters who participated. No explanation for their origin. 1,045,613 voting violations exceeding the legal error threshold, which is only 46 errors are allowed by federal law. The audit findings indicate severe violations of state and federal election laws and potential fraudulent certification. Whereas election accuracy is defined as the ability to capture and report voter selections without error, by definition, only eligible citizens are voters. Election officials violate civil rights, undermine public trust, and jeopardize national security when they certify an election that fails to reach this standard. Whereas the irregularities in the official records of the 2024 general election call into question the validity of the election, threatening the guaranteed protection of our natural rights under a Republican form of government. The emergency inflicts immeasurable harm upon our families, our way of life, the fabric of these United States. It raises the specter of false representation in U.S. Congress and state governments, an allegation that election officials are currently unable to disprove. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Babe Paukstis. Hope I said that right.
My name is Babe Paukstis, and I am a lifelong resident of Chicago and Cook County. I am a volunteer for United Sovereign Americans and not an official spokesperson. Therefore, be it resolved, the Winnebago County Board demands immediate action to ensure a legally valid and transparent 2026 general election by implementing the following measures. Number one, infrastructure compliance. Election officials must ensure that all voting systems meet Federal Information Security Modernization Act, also known as FISMA, standards, and maintain compliance throughout the election process. Number two, voter verification. Verify that all voters are legally eligible U.S. citizens before their votes are counted. If a voter's eligibility is in question, their vote must be held as provisional until legally verified. Number three, ballot security. Enforce all issued and counted ballots to comply with robust chain of custody protocols to secure ballots from forgery, tampering, coercion, destruction, or injection. Number four, accurate counts. Ensure all voted ballots are received and every valid ballot is accurately counted, with any material questions resolved through lawful adjudication procedures with oversight. Number five, proven outcomes. Election officials must investigate and resolve, or if necessary, re-administer any elections that cannot be proven accurate and compliant. In every jurisdiction, officials must provide records substantiating election and initiative results to citizens. Additionally, officials must securely store all ballots and operational records, including electronic records, to protect them for auditing purposes from tampering or alteration. Be it further resolved that the Winnebago County Board calls upon county, state, and federal legislators, law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, judges, and election boards to uphold these principles, ensure legal compliance, and restore public confidence in our electoral system. Our signatures to this resolution affirm our commitment to protecting the constitutional mandate of legitimate representative government and ensuring that every valid vote is counted accurately and lawfully. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Michelle Peterson.
Hi, my name is Michelle Peterson, and I'm a resident of Grundy County. I'm a volunteer for United Sovereign Americans and not an official spokesperson. In conclusion, you have just heard a resolution that exposes significant inaccuracies from voter registration through certification of the 2024 general election. It calls for immediate substantive action to ensure the integrity of the 2026 general election for all voters. The resolution is firmly grounded in multiple U.S. Supreme Court precedents which underscore the necessity of these corrective measures. Our current election procedures do not fully comply with established laws, and these laws are too often disregarded. Some citizens, including elected officials, mistakenly believe that these issues can be ignored because the president, the current administration, or other officials are, quote, handling it. This complacency represents an abdication of civic responsibility. Benjamin Franklin's warning, "It's a republic if you can keep it," applies not only to his generation, but to ours as well. Your leadership and decisive action are urgently needed. Our voting system, which should protect our most fundamental right, the right to choose our representatives, is failing to deliver accurate, transparent, and verifiable results. Should we continue to ignore the anomalies within our election system, a system essential to our national security? The cost of inaction extends far beyond dollars. It threatens our economy, military, foreign policy, public health, and confidence of our youth and our national dignity. The stakes could not be higher. I urge you to demonstrate your commitment to American representative government by passing this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Ken Zitko.
Hi, my name is Ken Zitko. I'm a resident of Kane County, and I am a state chapter director for United Sovereign Americans. And I have a set of couple copies of the resolution for the board for their review. Let us consider the broader context. Many Americans, including a significant number of residents in Illinois and Winnebago County, have concerns about the reliability and transparency of our elections. While we all wish this were not the case, official government data substantiates these concerns, and the law requires that they be addressed to safeguard our liberty. Regrettably, government representatives at various levels have not been transparent or responsive to citizen audits of official election data. The right to choose our representatives through lawful and transparent elections is the cornerstone of our constitutional republic, a right fiercely defended for over 2 centuries. Today, you have the opportunity to uphold that legacy and demonstrate to your constituents that you value American liberty by passing this resolution. It's worth noting that we've been here before. About a year ago, United Sovereign Americans, some of the same people that presented today, presented a resolution for a legally valid 2024 general election. We presented here and in 50 other counties across the state of Illinois. A year ago, we presented the scorecard for the 2022 election. The scorecard from the 2024 election shows that the numbers of apparent violations and the number of seemingly invalid votes are increasing. I realize that this issue may need to be on the agenda for the board to discuss and vote on it. If that is the case, we ask that you invite us back, place the issue on the agenda so we can provide a more detailed presentation and answer any questions the board may have. Contact information for the state chapter directors is included in the documents we provided. For further information, the United Sovereign Americans website provides informative videos explaining the anomalies, apparent legal violations, and lawsuits identified in Illinois and in other states. I encourage you to visit uniteforfreedom.com. That's unite, the number 4, freedom.com, to learn more about the vital issues and this project. Thank you for your attention and your consideration.
Thank you. There's been a last-minute request from former Chairman Christensen who would like to speak. I'm going to allow him to speak this evening since one of the speakers is not speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, board members, excuse my voice, please. I did call in, but I must have called the wrong number, so forgive me for that. But anyway, it's good to be here. This is the first time since December of 16 that I was in this building. Electronics and everything. We had dial phones, I think, and all that kind of thing. But I just wanted to speak very briefly. Is about 35 years ago this year that I spoke to a resolution, or actually an ordinance, creating the chairman at large. I had served on the county board for 13 years when we elected the chairman amongst ourselves. And there were times we had caucuses where we maybe had, 15, I think we had 15 seat majority, 5 or 6 couldn't make it, so there were actually 6, 7 people elected the chairman and determined the direction of the county. That never made sense to us. Many of us were very busy. We didn't have the kind of time and need. Now all of a sudden we move into a $200 million plus budget and 2,500 employees. That's big business. Somebody needs to steer the rudder on a full-time basis. You cannot do that part-time. That gives accountability to the taxpayers instead of being out of one district, very similar to the sheriff and coroner and others elected. You have the same peer group. You're elected countywide, and everyone wants to know, get the direction, the vision for the county out in front of people, and then let them vote. Let all 300,000 people, all that are eligible, make those decisions. In many different areas, we found that day-to-day operations. We were actually losing administrators in those days because there were 28 bosses. There were 14 districts, 2 from each. So there were 28, literally telling people what to do, and they just couldn't deal with all that. And I remember 2 very fine administrators that moved on account of it. So my point is you have to have one boss. And in this business, when it comes to policy, those kind of things, you elect it. If it's administrative, yes, you can appoint it. But in this case, it's absolutely critical, as far as I'm concerned, that we have this job at large, and that is representative of the entire county. That's rural, that's city, et cetera. That's something I was very much concerned about. You know, Abe Lincoln, if he were walking Illinois today, he wouldn't remember much, but he would certainly remember county government. It's very similar. So that was one thing. In 1985, I was appointed to a committee called Legislative and Reform, and there were 3 items, and this was through studies from the Chamber of Commerce, the League of Women Voters, the Civic League that was very active in that day, the editorial board, of course, and realtors and others said, hey, here's some things that need to happen in county government. That was their study. Number 1, we need to elect the chairman at large. We need a CEO in charge of the operation, accountable for all of county government, 1 person. Secondly, we need to reduce the size of the board. Well, we've done that. You've done that.
Mr. Chairman.
To 20. Yep. Time for me to shut up. Okay. The third thing is you combine a couple offices, and having said that, hey, I think of you all the time. God bless you for this service.
Good to see you.
Thank you for giving me
Thank
the
you.
time.
Well, that concludes our speakers. And we'll move on to number 6, the approval of minutes. May I entertain a motion to approve the April 24th, 2025, and lay over the May 8th, 2025. We got Ms. Valadez and Mr. Booker. Is there any discussion on the approval or the layover of the minutes? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to either the approval or the layover? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Number 7 is the consent agenda, which includes the raffle report and the auditor's report. May I have a motion, please? Motion by Mr. Michael Thompson, second by Mr. Hoffman, Ms. Hansard. Is there any discussion about either the raffle report or the auditor's report? Hearing none, are there any opposition to the raffle report or the auditor's report? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Next, the appointments per county board rules. Board chairman appointments shall lay over until the second board meeting after they are first introduced. We have several of them this evening. First is the Zoning Board of Appeals. The annual compensation is $2,400 annually. First name is Tammy Verstrade. It's a reappointment to serve a 5-year term expiring in May 2030. Second is Mr. Tom Walsh. It's a reappointment, a 5-year term expiring in May of 2030. Next is the Board of Review, annual compensation. The chairman makes $37,249.94. The members make $31,430.62. Pam Cunningham, she's the chair, will be reappointed to serve a 2-year term expiring in May of 2027. Next is Jay Douthard. It's a reappointment to serve a 2-year term expiring in May of 2027. Next is the Durand Sanitary District. There's $500 annual compensation. It's a reappointment for Mr. David Bliss to serve a 3-year term expiring May 2028. Next is Cherry Valley Cemetery Association. There's no compensation. Donna Araya, there's a reappointment to serve a 6-year term expiring in May of 2031. Next is the Harlem Cemetery Association. There is no annual compensation. It's a reappointment for Mr. Ray C. Rogers to serve 6-year term expiring in May of 2031. Next is Thomas L. Taylor. It is also a reappointment to serve a 6-year term expiring in May of 2031. Next is Terry Johnson. It's a reappointment to serve a 6-year term expiring in May of 2031. Moving on to the Sewer Sanitary District, there is no annual compensation. And Mr. Dennis Hill is a reappointment to serve a 3-year appointment expiring in May of 2028. Next are reports of standing committees. I do not believe we have a Finance Committee this evening report. Very good. Moving on, we have Zoning Committee. Mr. Webster.
Thank you, Chairman.
Sure.
Your zoning committee had 3 items on our agenda this evening. The first is SU 0125. That's a special use permit for outdoor entertainment. And this is, the PIN number on this one is 10-17-400-003. This is in County Board District 1. This got approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals unanimously, and following up on that, Zoning Committee approved the same way, and this comes with the conditions as they came from the Zoning Board of Appeals. After the meeting, the petitioner approached me and asked if we would suspend rules on this so they could get this project moved along. So I'm going to make a motion to suspend on SU 0125.
You got a motion by Mr. Webster to suspend. Mr. Booker seconds that motion. Are there any board members opposed to the suspension of the rules this evening? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. The rules are suspended.
Thank you. I would move to approve SU 0125.
Motion to approve by Mr. Webster, second by Mr. Booker. Ms. Hanser, is there any discussion, Mr. Webster, on this?
I'm good.
Any board member discussion on this special use permit? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this special use permit with conditions? Hearing none, please cast a yes for all members present. Mr. Webster.
Thank you. Number 2 on your agenda is Z0425. That's a map amendment. And the PIN number on that one is 06-29-300-003. This is also in County Board District 1. This came from the Zoning Board of Appeals with unanimous approval, and same way this came out of committee with unanimous approval. And this one also, the petitioner requested to suspend rules on this one so they can get their project moving along. So I'd make a motion to suspend.
Motion by Mr. Webster to suspend, second by Ms. Valadez. Is there any opposition to the suspension of the rules for this map amendment? Hearing none, please cast a yes for all members present. Mr. Webster.
Thank you. The third item on the agenda.
No, you need to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I move to approve.
Motion by Mr. Webster to approve, second by Ms. Valadez. Any discussion on this item, Mr. Webster?
Good.
Any board member discussion on this map amendment? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this map amendment? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Webster.
Thank you. Now, the third item on the agenda, SU 0325, this petitioner asked to send this back to the Zoning Board of Appeals for additional information. And so at committee, we voted unanimously to send that back, but now the board needs to vote on that.
I believe that's correct. Right?
Correct?
Yeah. Did it come out of committee to here?
It came out of committee recommending to send it back.
So, thank you, Chairman. So it wasn't laid over at committee, it was sent to county board to send it back? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's the only recommendation, is to send it to the board to vote on sending it back
To the
to Zoning
ZBA.
Board of Appeals.
Okay.
To the ZBA.
Okay, I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so yeah, just, we need a vote to send
So,
it back to ZBA.
Mr. Webster motions to send this item back to the ZBA. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Valdez. Any discussion on that motion? There none? And are there any board members opposed to that motion to send this back to the ZBA? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. The item will be sent back to the ZBA.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And looking in the future here, the Zoning Board of Appeals will have their meeting on Wednesday, June 11th, and we follow up on Wednesday, June 25th for the Zoning Committee, and we have a number of interesting items on there. So, and if I may, Chairman,
Yes.
if I may, I'd just like to shout out to the League of Women's Voters for having hosting a meeting Tuesday night. We were there, and they did a great job in trying to get information out to the general public about these chairman's powers and so forth. And so I thought it was a great meeting. The moderator was a retired Judge Ed Prochaska, and he did a great job. He's a real
Excuse me,
gentleman,
Chairman.
and he kept things
Is this
going
appropriate?
going smoothly.
Point of order, is this appropriate?
Thank you, Chairman. It's not related to zoning, so it should be under either the item that you're discussing or through communications at the end.
Well, I just wanted to
Yeah.
compliment the League of Women Voters. They did a great job.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Yes, we're good. All right, thank you, Mr. Webster. Next is the Economic Development Committee, Mr. John Sweeney.
Good evening, everybody. Excuse me for my voice also. The Economic Development Committee has one item for you tonight, and that is the ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Winnebago County Code to restore administrative authority to the County Board Chairman, and that is in for a layover, but I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules to consider that item tonight.
We got a motion to suspend, a second by Mr. McCarthy. Are there any board members opposed to the suspension of rules this evening? We got 1, 2, 3. 3? Very good, the rules are suspended.
I'm sorry, the noes were Webster,
Mr. Webster, Mr. McDonald, Mr. Thompson. I saw 3 hit. So maybe
McDonald.
Mr. Booker, 4?
Booker. Okay, but if it's 4, then don't we need a roll?
I thought it was 3. All right, we'll do a roll call. We didn't see the 4th hand.
If it's more than 3.
Okay, go ahead, please. This is for the motion to suspend.
Mr. Ray Thompson? This is to suspend.
This is for the suspension of rules. Okay.
Ms. Valdez?
Yes.
Mr. Webster? Mr. Booker? Ms. Fellers? Ms. Hansard? Mr. Hoffman? Mr. Lindmark? Mr. McCarthy? Mr. McDonald? Mr. Neighbors? Mr. Penny?
Yes.
Mr. Scroll? Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Tassoni? Mr. Michael Thompson? Did I miss somebody? Oh, we have several absent. Mr. Chairman, 11 yes, 5 no, and 4 board members absent.
Very good, the rules are suspended. Mr. Sweeney? Yes. 3 board members absent.
You're correct, Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So on all your desks, there is a memo for amendments. And what that is a clarification. And thank you, Ms. Vaughn, for going through the work of the Economic Development Committee. And these are basically recommended clerical cleanups. There's no changing of any legislative intent or operations. This is just making sure that numbers line up on pages with the current code. And I'm going to read them all in as one amendment. I make a motion to amend in your document, page 1.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Chairman. So can you have a motion to approve second and get it on the floor, and then you can make the amendment?
Right, so we need a motion to amend first.
Oh, motion to approve first.
A motion to approve?
Well,
Yeah.
It's not on the floor.
oh, I'm sorry. I'll make a motion to bring the item to the floor.
Very good, we have a motion and a second by Mr. Neighbors. Is there any discussion on that motion? Any board members opposed to that motion? 1, 2.
Oh, sorry.
Ray Thompson and Mr. Booker, correct? Okay, that motion is approved. Mr. Sweeney.
All right, sorry about that. So now I'd like to make a motion to amend. I'm going to read these in as one amendment. On page 1, in the fourth whereas clause, we're going to include, quote, and 2-333. In page 2, section 2-47, delete the last sentence for conflicting with 2-123. Section 2-49, A subsection 1, add, quote, and this ordinance, comma, and, end quote. Page 4, section 2-124A, add, quote, except as provided in any employment contract, end quote. Page 7, add section 2-333. Because in the committee, we did address the Director of Purchasing's position, but there was a secondary need to address it to match up with the current ordinance. And that will be the Director of Purchasing and Central Services shall be appointed, disciplined, and dismissed by the County Board Chairman. And then on page 7, section 3, we're going to include, quote, and 2-333, end quote. And that is my all-encompassing motion for an amendment to clean this up.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on the amendments. Any discussion, Ms. Valdez? That was the second. I know you were.
Valdez is the second?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any discussion on the amendments? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to the amendments? 1, 2, 3. 3? Okay.
McDonald, I'm sorry. Ray Thompson.
Webster,
Webster,
Thompson, McDonald.
Ray Thompson, McDonald, and Webster?
Correct.
Thank
So 3 board members, please cast yes for all remaining board members.
All others, yes.
Mr. Sweeney, the item is amended.
With that, I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance amending Chapter 2 as amended.
Motion by Mr. Sweeney, second by Mr. Hoffman. Is there any discussion, Mr. Sweeney?
Not for me at this time.
Any board member discussion? Mr. Webster.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. What I would just like to mention is that at that meeting Tuesday evening, once again, it was very well-run meeting, and I appreciated the chance to be there. I didn't plan on speaking at that, but I was asked to after another speaker didn't show up. So at any rate, it was good, and they had cards for people to submit questions and so forth, and that was very good. Once again, Judge did a good job there, and it was back and forth, or just not so much back and forth, but it was very civil. I appreciated that. But after listening to some of the questions from some of the people, what occurred to me there that was missing throughout this whole process for the last 6 weeks here, what was missing was direct dialogue between the chairman and the board. So it was kind of seemed as a disconnect there. And so we heard from the mayors or whatever and others, surrogates that was talking perhaps for the chairman, but what we never heard from the chairman. And so I asked the chairman Tuesday evening there, I said, to please sit down and have a discussion with the board. And as Ms. Goro pointed out there, we need that discussion. This is after our first ad hoc meeting. And she said, we need to have a discussion with us. It's an internal issue that we need to talk about. We don't need the mayors and all these others there. And I felt the same way with that. So to that end, I invited the chairman to have a meeting with all of us. I'm talking about the board. So in the big room over there, 303, let's all sit around the round table and discuss exactly what it is, coming straight from the chairman's mouth, what he wanted to see happen, and why and so forth. Just have that general discussion. I thought that was very important for us to do that. So that's why I mentioned that the other night, Joe, and I would still appreciate if we had that discussion before we took a vote on things. Because I think your input, your direct input to us, to your board, is important. And we haven't had that.
Very good, Mr. Wester. I've been here 4.5 years. I believe you know me. I believe you know how I feel about things. I also 100% agree on what's occurring at this moment here. I don't know what more further I could say.
You're disagreeing with what I had to say or my ability to speak to it?
No, I agree with the board, what's in front of them this evening with these amendments and this legislation. But what I said was, you've known me for 4.5 years.
Yes, sir.
I haven't served for 4 months, 4 weeks, 4.5 years.
Sir?
So you know who I am, you know what I'm capable of, you know what I've done. So in order for me to go in front of the board, which I've been in front of the board for every 2 weeks for the last 4.5 years, I'm in favor of what is occurring. I've said that over and over. I've never requested any further authorities because I worked within the fence line and the boundaries that I was given. When the mayors and others came forward, it was because of specific reasons, not because I was begging or crying or asking. For 4.5 years, we've all worked very well together, and we're going to continue to work very well together for the next 3.5 years. So whatever fear is in people's minds or whatever is being swirled around in this community about Joe Chiarelli, look at my record, look at who I am, and you'll know what's coming forward. That's what I would say to the board.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The point is that, yes, for 4 years,
4.5.
the first 4 years, I'm going to the first 4 years, there was never an issue about anything that indicated, at least coming from you, indicated that you wanted something changed. And so this just came about recently there, that you wanted something changed. And I would have expected that perhaps throughout that period of time, you would have sat down with the board and had that open discussion with the board.
If you want to have an open, honest discussion, I would say cease and desist all allegations of corruption, all allegations that I should be indicted, all allegations. I am more than willing to talk about anything that's relevant to this discussion. But how do you expect a chairman who's been accused of certain things that are totally false? Is it because of my ethnic heritage that people are using different slang words against me? I am open to this board. My office has always been open to this board and will continue to be open to this board. But until a civil manner for a discussion occurs, like in this setting, is when I will speak.
Thank you. And to get for the record, I didn't accuse you of any corruption at all. As far as any thing about your ethnicity or whatever, Joe, I'm a half Italian too, and I'd be the last one to be any name calling.
That wasn't directed towards you. You asked me a question. There have been a lot of comments about my ethnic heritage.
And I didn't make them.
I know you did not.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you. Ms. Fellers?
I'd like to call the question, please, Chairman.
Very good. Do we have a second on that question? We got a second by Ms. Valadez. A third. So the question will be called. So we do have the amended motion in front of you, correct? Vote on the call of question. Thank you for the reminder. Board member, is that a roll call? Do you want? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Ms. Valdez. Mr. Webster.
No.
Mr. Booker. Ms. Fellers? Ms. Hansert? Mr. Hoffman? Mr. Lindmark?
No, only one speaker is allowed to speak.
Mr. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald? Mr. Neighbors? Mr. Penny? Mr. Penny? Mr. Penny is absent.
Mr. Penny? Did we lose Mr. Penny?
I'll come back. Mr. Scroll? Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Tassoni? Mr. Michael Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray Thompson? I'm circling back again. Mr. Penny?
Yes. Sorry.
There he is.
That was a yes? Thank you for clarifying.
Cyber World, yes. From Starlink.
One, two. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Mr. Thompson is a no. Mr. Webster is a no. 12 yes, 4 no, and 3 absent? Am I missing somebody?
3 absent. Good. Okay, we'll call the question here. You want to call the roll call, please?
That was for the question?
Yep, that was to end the discussion.
Let me apologize again. My allergies are so bad. They are so bad, I can hardly see the rolls. I apologize.
I think it's coming across the wave.
I'm sorry.
I got them too.
It's my allergies. And I'm quite taken by this roll call. Mr. Webster. Mr. Booker. Ms. Fellers. Ms. Hansert. Mr. Hoffman. Mr. Lindmark.
No.
Mr. McCarthy. Mr. McDonald. Mr. Neighbors. Mr. Penny. I will come back. Mr. Scroll. Mr. Sweeney.
Yes.
Mr. Tassoni. Mr. Michael Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Ray Thompson. No. Ms. Feldez.
Yes.
I'm circling back again. Mr. Penny?
Must be lost again.
You want to try him once again, Mr. Penny? One of them is absent. What's the rules when he doesn't? How do I acknowledge Mr. Penny? Absent? Because he's not responding?
Mr. Sweeney?
If I could just read in here that Mr. Penny has texted me indicating that he is having technology issues right now where he's out of town at work. So he is trying to get back online.
Okay, for right now, it's 10 yes, 5 no, and 4 absent, counting Mr. Penny as absent currently.
Yeah, it's a majority of the board that's present. So that item passes. If he chimes in, then when he comes back, we can add his vote or subtract his vote.
Okay. Well, with that, what I would, that concludes our report. And what I would just comment on really quick before I leave the podium is that what's ultimately relevant here is that 13 county board members co-sponsored the legislation to reinstate the former government that adheres to the spirit of why the 1992 referendum occurred in the first place. And it is good to be back to that positioning, and I would like to congratulate you, sir, on receiving it.
Thank you. Appreciate all the hard work from all board members and all the comments, either for or against. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Moving on to Operation Administrative Committee, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have several items this evening. The first four are all related with the rural transportation system, but I'm going to do them individually because we have some adjustments.
Sure.
The first item is a resolution authorizing application for a capital assistance grant for paratransit vehicles under the Illinois Department of Transportation General Authority to make such grants, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Ms. Hansard. Is there any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not for me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Any board member discussion on this resolution? Very good. Are there any board members opposed to the resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Next, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item is a resolution authorizing execution and amendment of Section 5311 grant agreement, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Ms. Hansard. Is there any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to amend.
We have a motion to amend by Mr. McDonald, second by Ms. Hansard. You have the floor, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like the motion to include "and fiscal year 2026" on page 2 at the end of the sentences for Section 5 and 6.
Very good. Did all board members get that amendment? Understand? Okay. We need a second? I can't remember. We do need a second. Ms. Hansard, I thought we already did, but.
We got to vote on the amendment still, right?
Yes, so are there any board members?
Then he made a motion.
Yep.
And then who seconded that?
Ms. Hansard.
Again, on the amendment?
Yes. Any board members opposed to the amendment for this item? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the amended resolution.
We have a motion to approve the amended resolution. Do we have a second? Ms. Hansard seconds that motion. Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not for me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Any board member discussion on the amended resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all. Oh, did I say discussion or did I say opposed? I'm losing track. Any board members opposed? Hearing none, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's kind of a late meeting for all of us so far. I think we're all stumbling.
It's a long day.
The next item is an ordinance to provide public transportation in the rural areas of Winnebago County, Illinois, and that's to be laid over, but I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Booker. Ms. Fellers, are there any board members opposed to the suspension of rules this evening on this item? Okay, hearing none, please cast yes for all members present. The rules are suspended, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd make a motion to approve the ordinance to provide public transportation in rural areas of Winnebago County, Illinois.
We have a motion to approve by, second by Mr. Ray Thompson. Any discussion?
Not for me, Mr. Chairman.
Any
Thank you.
board member discussion? Hearing none. Any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item is a resolution authorizing execution of the acceptance of the special warranty grant for rural transportation, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald. We have a second by Mr. Ray Thompson. Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not for me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Board member discussion? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item is a resolution to approve the intergovernmental agreement for the public safety building by and between the County of Winnebago and the City of Rockford.
Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Hoffman, Ms. Hansard. Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not for me, Mr. Chairman.
Board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next item is a sad one, as we all know, but it's a resolution declaring vacancy in Winnebago County Board District 12, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald. Do we have a second? Ms. Valdez seconds that motion. Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to thank Mr. Salgado for his leadership when you're on finance and all your collaboration and great work you did in Winnebago County. Thank you very much.
Very good. Any further board member discussion? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to declaring vacancy this evening? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next item is a resolution awarding purchase of a transit van for the coroner's office using fee funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. McCarthy. Discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not from me, Mr. Chairman.
Board member discussion? Hearing none, any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item is a resolution awarding replacement of first floor air handler at Adult Probation and Wellness Center using CIP 2025 funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald. We have a second by Ms. Hanser, Mr. Hoffman. Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not from me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Board member discussion, resolution? Hearing none, any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item is a resolution awarding parking lot repaving for the Juvenile Justice Center using CIP 2023 funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald. Do I have a second, Mr. Booker? Any discussion, Mr. McDonald?
Not from me, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our final item is a resolution awarding purchase of a replacement truck for Winnebago County Sheriff's Office using CIP PSST 2025 funds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. McCarthy. Mr. Webster? Mr. McDonald, any discussion?
Not this time, sir.
Board member discussion on this item? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good, please cast yes for all members present. Mr. McDonald?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes the report.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald. Next is Public Works Committee, Mr. Dave Tassoni.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Good evening.
Public Works Committee has 6 items this evening, I believe. The first item is an ordinance, 25-030, establishing speed zone on Latham Road from Rockton Avenue to Illinois 2, and I would move for suspension of the rules, please.
Move to suspend by Mr. Tassoni, second by Ms. Fellers, Ms. Valadez. Are there any board members opposed to the suspension of the rules for this ordinance? Hearing none, please cast yes for all members present. The rules are suspended, Mr. Tassoni.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and then I would move to approve 25-030, that ordinance establishing that speed zone.
Move to approve by Mr. Tassoni, second by Mr. Thompson. Any discussion, Mr. Tassoni?
This is currently an unmarked County Highway 55-mile-an-hour zone. This will be posted at 50 miles an hour. There's some residential in that area.
Very good. Board member discussion on this ordinance? Ms. Fellers.
I just wanted to thank whoever is responsible for doing this. This is right by my children's school, and I drive it every day, and people just fly down this. So I'm really excited that it's going to be posted. Thank you.
Thank you. Further board member discussion on this ordinance? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this ordinance? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next item is 25-031. It's a resolution to reject a bid for box culvert materials on Rockton Avenue at Gleesman Road. I would so move.
Moved by Mr. Tassoni. Do we have a second by Mr. Ray Thompson? Discussion, Mr. Tassoni?
Just on this item, there was one bidder. There was an issue with one of the required addendums, and it's not something necessary. We'll bid it in the future.
Very good. Board member discussion on this resolution. Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next item is 25-032. It's a resolution authorizing the award of bid for Moat Road resurfacing out there between Route 70 and 75. I would so move.
Moved by Mr. Tassoni, second by Mr. Hoffman. Discussion, Mr. Tassoni?
This was, the shoulders were widened and paved last year, and this will be overlaid with new asphalt, 2.8 miles.
Very good. Any board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Chairman. Next item, 25-033, is a resolution authorizing the award of bid for Pecatonica Road shoulder paving. I would so move.
Moved by Mr. Tassoni, second by Mr. Scroll. Any discussion, Mr. Tassoni?
Yeah, this is a stretch of Pecatonica Road south of Route 20 out there, and the last time it was any substantial rehabilitation was 1998.
Very good. Board member discussion on this resolution. Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Chairman. Our next item is 25-034. It's a resolution adopting the Winnebago County Traffic Safety Action Plan. I would so move.
Moved by Mr. Tassoni, second by Mr. Michael Thompson. Discussion, Mr. Tassoni?
This item was grant funded. It was by Region 1 Planning and the Highway Department at Traffic Safety Action Plan. It allows for us to go after grant funding in the future.
Very good. Board member discussion? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our final resolution, 25-035, is a resolution adopting a policy for Celebrate Life Memorials along the Perryville Path. I would so move.
Moved by Mr. Tassoni. We have a path for Ms. Valadez, or path? We have a second. Jeez. Mr. Tassoni, any discussion?
Yeah, this would, basically, this would kind of mimic something that the Park District does in the wake of someone wants to memorialize someone, in maybe a bench, a plaque, or a tree, something of that nature.
Very good. Board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Tassoni.
That concludes the report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and everybody have a nice, safe, happy Memorial Day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Public Safety Judiciary Committee, Mr. Brad Lindmark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have
Sure.
2 resolutions tonight. The first one is a resolution authorizing the execution of a mutual aid agreement with the Illinois Coroners and the Medical Examiners Association, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Lindmark, second by Mr. McDonald. Mr. McCarthy, any discussion, Mr. Lindmark?
Not for me, sir.
Board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any opposition to this resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Lindmark.
Second one is a resolution authorizing the chairman of the county board to execute a Winnebago County Mental Health Board amendment to the funding agreement, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Lindmark. You got a second? Mr. Booker seconds, and Mr. Neighbor seconds that motion. Any discussion, Mr.
No, sir.
Lindmark? No? Board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any opposition? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Lindmark.
That concludes the report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Lindmark. Legislative and Lobbying Committee, we have no report this evening. Next is unfinished business. We do have a couple appointments that were read in on April 24, 2025. The first is for Four Rivers Sanitation District. The annual compensation is $6,000 annually. Placed up Mr. Brad Long. That is a new appointment to serve a 3-year term for the retirement of Elmer Jones, expiring April 2028. Entertain a motion. Mr. Carthy, Mr. Sweeney seconds that motion. Is there any discussion on this appointment? Mr. Sweeney.
Mr. Sweeney, thank you.
Any discussion on this appointment? Hearing none, is there any opposition to Mr. Brad Long being appointed to the Four Rivers Sanitation District? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Next is the new Milford Fire Protection District. The annual compensation is not to exceed $1,000 per year. Placing up Mr. Doug Hayes. That is a new appointment to serve a remainder of a 3-year term for Mr. Kurt Rogers, expiring in May of 2026. The next is Mr. Greg Tucker. It's a reappointment to serve a 3-year term expiring in May of 2028. May I entertain a motion for these appointments? Yes. Mr. Neighbors, motions, and do we have a second? Mr. McDonald seconds that motion, and this is for Mr. Doug Hayes and Mr. Greg Tucker. Any discussion on either of these appointments? Hearing none, is there any opposition to either Mr. Doug Hayes or Mr. Greg Tucker? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Thank you very much for that. Move on to new business. Is there any new business in front of the board this evening? Mr. Booker.
Thank you, Chairman. I have requested the assistance of the State's Attorney's Office to draft a resolution. I'll be presenting it to committee condemning the Illinois Governor Pritzker's recent statements in April 27th calling for mass protest, mobilization, disruption, and statements such as Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. Drafting a resolution, I'll present it to committee for approval. That's ongoing, so that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Mr. Booker. Any other new business in front of the board this evening? Mr. Limbark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, my no vote was not a reflection on how I feel the job you're doing. Outstanding, wonderful job, couldn't be happier. I've never seen anything where we couldn't talk after one person voiced an opinion. I simply wanted to know why we were suspending the rules, the urgency of it, instead of just letting it fly through. That was my no vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Limbark. Mr. Michael Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to be clear, I was honored to support the restoration of the duties and responsibilities of our county board chairman, as it relates to the statement describing the chairman's role. Quote, "The Winnebago County Board Chairman is elected at large, countywide, consistent with the Winnebago County Code and the State of Illinois Counties Code. The County Board Chairman serves as the head of county government, facilitating the operations of the county board administration and certain departments not under the authority of other elected officials." End quote. The citizens of Winnebago County have elected the chairman of their choice. Therefore, I was honored to be in favor of restoring full administrative authority to the county board chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. New business? Okay, we'll move on to announcements and communications. Ms. Gummo.
I can't even see what they are.
Okay. I'm sure you have a recording somewhere.
I know they're below somewhere.
Somebody can, I think Ms. Fellers can do it. So go ahead, try.
Following items were received as correspondence and
Thank
listed
you,
below.
Mrs. Fellers.
It's on the record. Very good. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recently, you guys helped put me on the Veterans Assistance Commission, and they wanted me to pass a message that tomorrow at the Veterans Drop-In Center from noon to 3, there's going to be a cookout for Memorial Day, and you're all invited. And aside from that, I just want to make a statement that I think without any power, you've done great things in the last 4.5 years, and I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Thank you. Did you say Veterans Memorial Hall for a cookout?
Veterans Drop-In Center.
Drop-in center, got it.
1 to 3.
Mr. Michael Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One last thing for me. I'd like to ask if we could have a moment of silence of those who have lost their lives, especially with Memorial Day coming around the corner.
Absolutely. Everyone stand, please. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Announcements, communications. I believe we're going to be in Durand on Saturday at 9 a.m. for the dedication of the 2 roads. If you remember the name of the roads, are Mr. Webster, Durand, there's the memorial.
Not Brad Long. Somebody
Mr. Long and McMahon.
Yes.
For the dedication of the Gold Star.
Yes, 200 East South Street.
Got it. Very good. It's very important, and I know the Highway Department created 2 signs for out there in Durand, so I'll look forward to that service. Very good. Any other announcements, communications? Hearing none. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Valadez, Mr. Michael Thompson, seconds. All in favor of the adjournment, say aye. Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.